Students are reeling after a bomb threat to UDC this semester. We spoke with UDC President Ronald Mason about how the threat was tackled.
And after the bomb threat, students have mixed feelings on how safe they feel on campus. Hear what some students have to say coming up.
Meanwhile, UDC takes on the spread of COVID-19 with new regulations and insights. We will hear more from UDC students on their opinion.
Plus, UDC is an important part of DC history. Learn about where UDC was in a different time and how it keeps that memory alive.
Thank you for joining us here at Firebird News. Recent bomb threats across the country, especially at HBCUs during Black History Month, are raising questions and concerns.
Our reporter, Sasmita Bryan, sat down with UDC President Ronald Mason to get some insight about what happened. Sasmita?
Yes, Sophia, President Mason reflected on the history of hate crimes against HBCUs and what the university is doing to keep students safe moving forward. The investigation is still underway. To get the complete report, please visit our website firebirdnews.com. Back to you, Sophia.
Recent bomb threats across the country at HBCUs raise questions of student safety. My conversation with UDC President Ronald Mason gives us some clarity on what exactly happened.
There weren't any bombs on campus. But having said that, what I saw on the news today was that the FBI thinks it was six young people, six teenagers.
Mason says the university got a call early morning at about 3:20 a.m. on Tuesday, February 1st. Why this call was made is unclear.
Teenagers who thought it would be fun to disrupt students trying to get an education, black students.
President Mason says trying to disrupt the education of people of color is a long-standing issue in our country. We have known how much the black community has been oppressed through race and color in America. President Mason makes it clear that the old ideology of white supremacy needs to end.
But even that is a part of the history of America. We've always tried to sow division so as to not focus attention on the wealth gap in America, and I think this is all just part of the same dynamic that we've been seeing for the last few years.
Thank you, Sasmita. Students at UDC have different perspectives on campus safety. Our reporter Tom Cecil's interaction with students give us some clarity on how students are feeling being on campus.
Campus safety and policing on campus at UDC is imperative to ensure protection of all our students, but also to make sure no outsiders are coming and causing havoc to our university. UDC and other HBCUs have been targeted by the threat of bombs, so I wanted to get the student reactions from this.
There were bomb threats to 4 HBCUs, including this one. So we have to be precautious of that, and we also have to acknowledge that we need to enforce the fact that students need to carry their IDs with them.
I think UDC is a safe campus. Police is always on call, always on duty, and I've never seen anything suspicious at UDC. But I think UDC can improve their safety by having checkpoints around campus, as it is a very open campus.
While most students have positive remarks, one student I interviewed wasn't as confident with the security on campus.
I feel that the safety of UDC in some cases is somewhat questionable. That's only because there are points within the building in which I've not seen staff at front desks of, and with that being said, that can be a problem.
However, on the other hand, several students I spoke to say they feel safe and secure on campus.
I think it's a pretty safe environment. There's lots of police usually patrolling. That's what I like to think of when I think of safety.
I think the safety is pretty secure because I was once employed at the student center, and I feel as though whether we're in a situation where we can't handle it, like we can just call the police and they'll be here. So I think the campus is pretty secure.
Does having checkpoints surrounding the university make students feel more safe? Let's hear from our students. Use hashtag Firebird News to share your thoughts.
While their spring semester is underway at UDC, students are on the move to upload proof of the booster vaccination. The spring semester is underway, and UDC has been working to keep COVID cases down. Even amidst the Omicron wave, prevention within the school increased as well. One of the requirements for spring 2022 is to upload a proof of the booster vaccination on the student health portal.
It was actually pretty easy. I just went through a simple process of like scanning my card and just uploading it directly. There wasn't like too much complication to it, and it was super simple.
While some students have already uploaded their proof of the booster vaccination, others are in the process of completing the new requirement.
I haven't gotten my booster shot yet, but I will be going within another week or two.
Although the deadline to submit proof of the booster vaccination was January 31st, the Department of Health and Safety officials are giving students more time to complete the requirement.
Honestly, I actually agree with UDC 100%, and I'm glad UDC isn't like, oh, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks. I'm glad that's not the policy. So I'm 110% with UDC on that one.
While some students completely agree with UDC COVID policies, some are hoping for more flexibility.
I'm in a video editing and production program, so it's very difficult to like not have that opportunity to get like hands-on education and like really like learn the equipment and like learn how to like operate in the field.
In addition to the policies to stop the spread of COVID, UDC is encouraging students to get tested every week through the school or on their own.
I actually do get tested every week. It's a doctor office right near my house, so I go every week to get tested.
COVID has spread very fast during the start of the new year, but health and safety officials at UDC say they are taking an important position in fighting the pandemic and protecting its students and staff. Health officials at the school are doing their best to keep track of the latest COVID data to keep students safe. For more information, visit UDC's website at udc.edu/rise.
UDC has an extensive history in the DC metro area as an HBCU. But what exactly was UDC before it became the university that we know today? Let's hear more now from our reporter, Kenlon Mitchell.
Christopher Englam is an archivist at UDC. He explains the history of the university starting back when it was the minor school.
The minor school was founded and existed for many years to serve exclusively African American students who needed an education.
During the Zoom call, he mentioned what the university was before its popularity grew and evolved into a well-known, respected HBCU institution.
Let's say the foundations of the university. Also, this used to be the site of a National Bureau of Standards. And so the National Bureau of Standards was here for several years at the site of what is now UDC.
Mr. Engler mentioned that a number of very powerful and notable people made appearances on the college campus.
Appearances by people like President Bill Clinton toward the end of his term. We had Jesse Jackson speak here. Any number of Louis Farrakhan spoke here as well. So you had any number of speakers such as that as well.
Quite powerful Black History Pride as well. During our interview, Mr. England explained how the university encourages students to do something meaningful to honor Black History Month.
UDC has a program to has always had a program to honor Black History Month, and in February this year in 2022.
Our university has a profound impact in the DC Black community. To share UDC history stories, please tweet us using the hashtag Firebird News. UDC women's tennis team win ECC Champions 21-22 title after 10 years from their last, while UDC men's tennis take on their season. We will hear more from some women's and men's tennis player. What makes an athlete? Our next piece explores what perseverance means to the student athletes here at UDC and how they triumph both on the field and in the classroom.
Want to know how to start a company? These two ladies started a business with nothing but bleach and some t-shirts. We'll show you how, coming up.
Graduation in May for college students may have a completely different look than in the past. We're live with more on the story.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape that can instantly patch, bond, seal, and repair. Flex Tape is no ordinary tape. Its triple thick adhesive virtually welds itself to the surface, instantly stopping the toughest leaks. Leaky pipes can cause major damage, but Flex Tape grips on tight and bonds instantly. Plus, Flex Tape's powerful adhesive is so strong, it even works underwater. Now you can repair leaks in pools and spas without draining them. Flex Tape is perfect for marine, campers, and RVs. Flex Tape is super strong, and once it's on, it holds on tight. And for emergency auto repair, Flex Tape keeps its grip, even in the toughest conditions. Big storms can cause big damage, but Flex Tape comes super wide, so you can easily patch large holes. To show you the power of Flex Tape, I sawed this boat in half and repaired it with only Flex Tape. Not only does Flex Tape's powerful adhesive hold the boat together, but it creates a super strong watertight seal, so the inside is completely dry. Yeah, doggy! Just cut, peel, stick, and seal. Imagine everything you can do with the power of Flex Tape.
Welcome back. The UDC women's tennis team coming out on top, winning the ECC championship for the first time in 10 years. Now they're looking at the future that sees them in regional tournaments this May.
While the men's season is just heating up, we're now hearing from both teams about their seasons. The University of the District of Columbia, or UDC, is an NCAA Division II school that has a total of 8 teams for 5 different sports, including the men's and women's tennis team.
The whole team is international. We have different cultures, different ways to act in different situations, and it's really fun, like, to learn from each other different aspects of life, inside, outside of the court. Like, we help each other academically, and we feel we're like a family.
Over the years, the two teams have played intercollegiate matches and tournaments that are part of the ECC conference.
The men's team has also been very competitive, has qualified not only for conference championships, but also for NCAA championships over the years.
Spring 2021 has been a great start of the conference season for the women's tennis team, breaking records and making history twice.
The first biggest accomplishment was beating the Queen's College this year. And that's because the tennis team has never beat them ever before. So that was really, really great for us as a team. And I'd also say that the fact that we went undefeated this season was really great because the teams have never done this before.
After a record-breaking regular season, the women's tennis team got crowned ECC champions.
Obviously, probably the number one highlight was the women's team's first championship in the 2010-2011 season. That was obviously huge. And most recently, obviously, the women's team coming off of quarantine from, about 18 months off due to COVID.
It was amazing. Winning the conference and be crowned Rookie of the Year for the first time ever in school history was really special, and I will never forget about this. Also, we all worked so hard and we deserve to win the conference.
Now, the women's tennis team is looking at the near future, competing in the regional tournament for a possible spot at NCAA Division II National.
We're already qualified for the regionals, but I think we can easily go through it and also make it to nationals, and we'll see from there. So that's the biggest goal right now, and I hope we can make it.
While the women's tennis spring 2022 season sees them in the regional tournament, the men's tennis conference season is just around the corner.
The men are about to kick off and get the beat of their season going, and I want the men to obviously have a very successful and competitive season as well.
While the expectations are high for this upcoming season, the men's tennis team has come a long way from past years where the team was struggling.
The team has been struggling, since the past 2 years and a half.
Players on the men's tennis team are confident about the future and confide in their coach in finding new recruits in order to come back strong from years of struggle.
We never really had a full team, which was a problem for us because we were giving 3 points every match. So.
UDC men's and women's tennis team have come a long way, with the men's tennis team qualifying multiple times over the years for ECC championships and NCAA championship finals, and the women's tennis team breaking records, making history and winning ECC championships twice.
Definitely a great way to conclude the regular season for the women's tennis team. Best of luck to the women's tennis team for the regional tournament, and best of luck to the men's tennis team for their season. Being involved in school sports isn't necessarily easy.
There's not only the pressure of succeeding academically, but also challenging the physical limits of your body. Our reporter Zachary Tamimi explores how our student athletes persevere over such adversity.
I sat down with some student athletes to discuss with them how they persevere over the challenges and difficulties in their lives. It isn't easy being a student. However, the athletes at UDC have some unique approaches to life that help them strive to be the very best. Sophia Baluco, a UDC tennis player, speaks on how being an athlete has influenced how she tackles problems in her life.
In terms of in the court, well, I of course never give up, but also in life too, when a problems occurs, I just do it, and if it gets a little bit more difficult for me, I usually lay on my sister, which is the most important person to me.
Other students believe having a sense of perseverance is as important on the field as it is off.
Yeah, if you want to be on the field, if you want to be in the classroom, they both coincide. You got to do both, so you got to persevere in all phases of life.
For many student athletes, however, it isn't just about their personal struggles and how they persevere over them. It's also about how cooperation and teamwork help them accomplish their goals.
Being on the team definitely helps tackle challenges, especially problem solving and working as a team. I think these are really important skills I can take into work life as well. Working with people from different backgrounds and who have had different experiences to you makes you more accepting and culturally aware person overall.
Of course, the bits of wisdom that student athletes take into the classroom or on the field or court don't apply to just them. Some had words of wisdom for all UDC students. If you could pass on one bit of life wisdom to our audience, what would it be?
It would be to enjoy what you do. Perseverance is an important trait for any student athlete. However, the student athletes at UDC certainly have their own unique approaches. Some even really had great general life advices ranging from how to approach the school to working together as a team.
Two women in the community are venturing into the bleached and distressed clothing field.
I had a chance to interview two women, and they showed us, even with faith and focus, success takes time.
Hi, my name is Anderson Hall, and I'm reporting for UDC today. I had the pleasure of interviewing the CEOs of a new company created during COVID called Good News Threads.
My partner and I, we were outside of my mom's house just playing around with bleach and some teas, and then our Instagram really enjoyed it, so we decided to start selling it, and then it just picked up from there.
That's amazing. Jewel makes preparing the clothes look so simple.
Well, it's all fun. Like, I wouldn't say anything is really difficult or hard to do. The bags are really fun. We kind of dipped into tote bags after we did shirts, and then we started getting into patching and all that kind of stuff. Alyssa has been doing hand embroidery. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is one of the bags.
Oh, wow. And in the next 5 years, expect even more because they plan on expanding.
We want a storefront.
Yep.
We want to be able to have a space where creatives can come in and shop and express themselves however they choose.
Alyssa and Jewel both want to leave words of wisdom to the students at University of the District of Columbia.
I would just say, keep going and just never stop. Don't give up on your dreams. And even if you don't see it right now, it'll be there.
And I think if you're in the creative element or you have that mindset, definitely follow that, because there's not a lot of creatives out there who are, exploring the avenues within school to make those dreams come true.
This is Anderson, and I'm signing out.
When you need a bleach tee, be sure to reach out to Good News Threads. Be sure to search Good News Threads on all social medias.
With COVID-19 still looming around, graduation for college students has been something still very much uncertain.
Dominic Moore is covering the story for us. Dominic?
Yes, after speaking with graduating seniors, this is what they had to say.
Due to COVID-19, graduation has been a completely different experience for many students. Former UDC graduate Renee Bedex says she cherished her in-person graduation in 2013.
When I was able to graduate and have my family and friends in attendance at the graduation, it was an amazing feeling.
Ms. Bedex also expresses how bad she feels about students graduating in the pandemic, potentially having to do it virtually due to the COVID restrictions.
It saddens me. I think it's very unfortunate. And while I understand that, safety's first and it's for a quote-unquote good reason, it's still sad nonetheless.
She says it's important to celebrate your accomplishments with your friends and also your family, and most importantly, your loved ones.
To be cheered on and supported in person with my family and friends, it just made it that much more sweet. A great accomplishment, but like all of life's accomplishments, you want to, celebrate them with the ones that you love. So the fact that they were there was just everything to me. And to now think that, graduates, potential graduates, won't have that same feeling due to the pandemic.
Current UDC senior Anderson Hall, which is a digital media major graduating in May, shares his thoughts about graduation and graduating virtually during the pandemic.
It's concentrated as far as what they're trying to get us to do, but it's for a good cause because safety is the key point, and our health has been a key point of the school since the pandemic. And if they have to go through these precautions to make sure we have a safe graduation, then so be it.
Colin Carpenter, whom had a virtual graduation ceremony during the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, but says he was just happy to graduate.
I was happy to finish and graduate. I had a pretty rough journey. I ended up graduating in 4.5 years. So I was just happy to just get my diploma.
Graduation will be held at the Washington Convention Center on May the 14th at 10 a.m. 4 tickets are issued per person and masks are required.
Thanks for joining us, Dominic.
Thank you guys for having me today.
Are you graduating this year?
Yes, I am. What about you guys?
Oh, I'm graduating in May as well.
Yeah, so you really excited? I am.
Oh, I'm elated.
No, that's great for you guys. I'm still gonna be one more year here at UDC, so I'm gonna graduate next May.
Sounds great.
But best of luck for you guys, and thanks for joining us today. For more information on Firebird News, visit firebirdsnews.com. Have a great day.